both back plates off. I've got now the tuning capacitor exposed, and eventually I'm going to be replacing the rubber grommets here. But before I do that, I wanted to address the dial lights. I've got the lead trimmed off here. There's a problem with these. You notice here, and this has been kludged together, probably because of the same problem. There's this black rubber piece that's back here. Well, the whole rubber piece goes in about between my fingers here. And the problem is this rubber, after 70 plus years, is hard as a rock and it's just crumbling to pieces. In fact, I can't find it here. This one just completely fell apart. You can see all the pieces. So, there's no way now for this to be insulated under the old conventional means. However, that said, I remember seeing a few, it's been about over a year ago. I think the guy's username is Joner1. I'll have to check to make sure. If not, I'll find his link. He's also known as Bad Restorer, and he's not. That's the funny thing. On Antique Radio Forum, he's found a solution to getting this running again. And to do that, you buy a set of these. Now what's involved here, first, is you take this completely apart, which is very easy to do, I might add. The inside of the lamp holder is something like this. Your wire comes in through here. That rubber stopper piece was here, covering the wire. In between, there's this spring. The rubber piece goes through the spring, ends on this side, and then this piece here, this is the actual contact for the bulb. I believe it's the positive contact. It would be actually the pip. The rubber piece completely surrounds this part, making it insulated from the outside, because as you know, with these type of bulbs, the outside is one contact and then the centerpiece is the other. Well, that rubber's just completely gone. What he's decided, or rather, yeah, I can speak today. What he's discovered is a feasible process. Is you take these, and I don't think you can, well, you can barely see them here. These are number 6 nylon washers. You take one of these and you put it in between here, and this will become the insulator between the positive and the negative. So I'll show you what I'm going to do, and we'll see how this turns out. First thing I got to do is remove the solder off of this and get it all cleaned up. Okay, with the help of helping hands, I have also, with the help of a solder pult, removed all the solder off of this main bead. So now what I need to do is to assemble this by way of putting some heat shrink tubing up here, then the shield, the outer cover, the spring, and then the grommet, which is going to follow. So let me get that all assembled. Okay, here we go. Here's the wire, the jacket. Deep inside is the spring, heat shrink tubing coming up to our washer, and now I've got the part ready to go. The only thing I have to do, if I can do this carefully, well, it's wide open. There we go. Just put that on. And everything needs to just be truncated together. The end is now soldered into place. The only thing I need to do is just remove the excess. Excess has been removed, so now it's just a matter of sliding the washer in place. Let me turn this light off, that's just too bright. There we go. Slide the washer in place. Now you can see that. That's going to insulate. And then push the heat shrink up, and then shrink it up against this washer. And the heat shrink will hold the washer against the divot. The little, shouldn't use the word divot, that's not a divot, but the little pip here. Okay, heat shrink is shrunk up, nice and tight, up against the washer. Now it's just a matter of sliding the whole assembly into the can. And there you go. Instant insulator. I'll just stick a bulb in there. We'll apply power since I've got the rectifier socket out. We'll see if it lights up. Okay, I'll just bring up the Variac to about 90 volts. That's more than enough. Bring this over. That's ground. Looky there, instant light. Works beautifully. Alright, now this other one, isn't that sweet? I just love that. This other one I've got has got another problem of its own. Hang on a second while I unplug this. There. In fact, I can turn the light on for this one. This one's got a problem of its own. One, this has all got to be taken apart and deboogered, but also, if you notice, right here, it's got a break in that. I can't let that go. So, I just happen to have some red wire. I'm just going to take this completely apart and do the very same thing for this, like I did with the other one, and we'll see about getting that all fixed up. I wanted to show you what I had to deal with. I went ahead and took that wire off, and I still couldn't get the bulb out because this is the inside where that rubber insulator is, and there's the spring, if you can see it wrapped around it. This is like rock. It was just not moving, and you can see the spring's compressed. It can't move. And the bulb just would not come out because it requires a little push back. Well, there's nothing to push back. It's just too rock hard. So what I wound up having to do was just to pry back these little wings on each end. Finally got that to pull out as well. And this is what it looks like. It's just hard rubber. And there's that spring. It's all ensnared in it. So I'm going to crush that up. Hopefully get the spring out of there in one piece. And get that new wire laid out. And there we go. 2 new dial lights, 2 new panel lamps, 2 rebuilt dial lamp holders. I've just got it on the Variac, and it's at 110 volts, and they're both lit. So I went ahead and put the wire on the chassis and then put it on this little backdrop here, so we're able to see what's going on, be able to get continuity here so you can see what's going on. So the new wire's been put in place behind here, and this is one segment that's all done. So the next step, I think I'm probably going to take this core out because there's a couple of capacitors that I need to get in behind from, or can't speak today. I have a couple of capacitors I need to get removed and replaced in here, and it's kind of hard to get, and then I'm going to get the tuning capacitor and replace the rubber grommets that are on there as well. So there's one little success, and you can use these on Philcos. I don't know if Zenith used these same type of holders, but there you go.
Now